looks like a 4-day weekend turned into a whole week off. I'm embracing the holiday. I just ate this whole bag of chocolate pretzels, which I'm not too stoked about because I took a bunch of pictures in my bikini yesterday and, well, I could be trying harder. But trying harder is not really my style. Trying just hard enough is right about where I'm at. So, it's summer. I'm embracing the holiday. It's really nice out, but I'm not gonna go work out. Maybe. Probably not today. I'm just enjoying relaxing. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You make me feel so
good. Man, sugar is addictive. Every day I've been like sugared out and I'm like, no more sugar. And then throughout the day I find my mouth just attracted to sugar, like just keep on eating it. Starting tomorrow, I'm putting my foot down. Well, somebody just called from the hospital about my mom and sandwich crumb on my fucking shirt. And they called to let us know about a concern of theirs regarding when my mother gets out of the hospital. But they're not helping us figure out her care plan for when she gets out. So they kind of were like warning us about something, but not really providing any sort of medical advice, which is troubling, you know? Eventually my mom won't be in the hospital anymore, and we're gonna have to care for her, and I have no guidance as to how to do that. I don't know what kind of care my mom needs. I mean, what do I know about this stuff? So I found that to be a little bit interesting. It's like I appreciate the heads up and the information, but I don't know what to do with that information. So I just spoke to my brother. I mean, I'm sure we'll figure it out. It's just we don't know when my mom's getting out. She could get out tomorrow, and then we have no plan. It's amazing how much the healthcare system wants people out of their establishments so that they can stop paying for it. My mom obviously pays for her own insurance, and they want to give her as little as possible. So that's great. America. Fuck. Well, it's time for class. The day really flew by, as usual. I'm trying not to freak out about it, you know, because it's a holiday, kind of, still, for me. Not freaking out at all. Not at all. That's okay. Tonight for class, they had us bring in material that we know really, really well, which means they're gonna fuck with us and say some shit like, you're in a boat and there's lots of really big waves and a seagull flies overhead and tries to steal your dog. And you have to like still do the scene, but in this new scenario, something like that, I think. I'll have to report back about it. I am learning so much from watching random videos on Instagram and Facebook. The ones on Facebook are better because they're longer. But like, I just learned how to properly maintain, clean, and store my cast iron skillet. I have a cast iron skillet, and it doesn't work like perfectly, and it's because I wasn't fucking maintaining it well. The things you learn. Class was cool. We did not do the crazy exercise I thought we were gonna do. Instead, my teacher just acted like a casting director, but like a really kind of difficult one. Or not like difficult, but just one that doesn't give us what we need exactly. When you start going further along in the casting process, and I'm not talking about like the random little small auditions I've been going out on frequently lately, but like when you're up for a TV show, if you have a part that's bigger than like a couple lines or even a couple scenes, if you have a series regular or a recurring, I guess a guest star too, sometimes, you'll have to go through different rounds of testing and like a work session, chemistry read, all these different levels. And when you're doing that, you're not only being judged on your acting talent and your performance and your ability to do that under pressure, you're being evaluated on every second in that room. So in between scenes, when the casting director or the director at that point, hopefully, gives you notes and it's like, okay, we need you to do this part more. On this part, you're getting kind of like this, and we actually want it more like that. And and they have all this feedback. First of all, actors get on the defense, and some people think like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. And it's not that you're doing something wrong. It's that they want something different, or they want to see how you react in that situation. If you're like, okay, I guess I'll try that. Like, you're not making it fun for them to work with you. You don't seem malleable. You don't seem, like, professional. So it was a really cool and important exercise because that's a skill you have to build. You have to learn how to be good in the room. That's what it's called. It's called your room. Sometimes people be like, oh, yeah, your auditions are great, but your room is awful. And that's if, you're difficult or you don't take adjustment well. If, they tell you to do something differently and you can't do it on the spot and you're just locked into the thing you've been doing the whole time. So, it's really cool. It was really relevant and fun. It's something I've definitely improved at over time. And, it's up to me, right? When I'm walking into a high-pressure situation, like the opportunity to be on a show, you would never want to be difficult to work with, but, like, if I don't like your project, or I just, like, don't even want to... God, sometimes the project's cool, and then you get there, and you're like, this director is misogynistic, or I just don't like him, or... you were unsure about the project, and then you get there, and you're like, these people do not know what's going on. Sometimes then I'll, like, choose to be more difficult, because I know they're not going to book me. And, like, I get weird and stubborn, and I'm like, I have to make my point. Sometimes they'll give really bad notes. Like, new directors don't always know how to direct. And so sometimes they'll be like, do this. And I'm like, oh, it's a horrible decision. But you have to be like, yeah. But sometimes I'll be like, okay, I'll do that. Sometimes I'm a bad actor. I do the thing I'm not supposed to do just to make a point.
You make me feel so